Welcome to another edition of Healthy Eating with Janet Diane Moria Swerdlow for expansions.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make refrigerator pickles. Now, people mostly think of pickles as being made with cucumbers, so I do have some cucumbers here, but we're also going to do some other pickles as well, because pickles really refer to pickled vegetables or whatever it is that you're going to pickle. So what I have done already is done a little bit of prepping here. I have some sliced cucumbers, which I've left the peel on, and you can do that. You can take the peel off. This is actually broccolini, so I have this sliced and cut. I have some cauliflower. I have some rutabaga slices, and you want to remember what the rutabaga looks like. You could do it with turnip, you could do it with carrots, beets, whatever you want. I have some fresh green beans, and I have some zucchini cut up, and I'm going to be using later on, probably tomorrow, after we get this stage of it done, I'm going to be using some dill. So of course I have cauliflower. So I've already got my water boiling, some steam distilled water, and what I'm going to do is just take my vegetables that are already cut up and prepared, and I'm going to boil them for about 2 minutes. So let's just put those in. And sure everything is covered with water. There we go. And I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. And when the 2 minutes are up, let's do that. Okay, when the 2 minutes are up, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of the pot, and I'm going to put them over here. Now I have a cookie sheet already with some paper towels on them to absorb the moisture, because I want the vegetables to be perfectly dry before I pack them in the liquid to go into the refrigerator. So, and they also have to be cool. So what I usually do is I do this one day, and then the next day, after the vegetables are cooled and dried, then I pack them into the jars. So this has got a couple minutes to go. And while that's going, I want to show you what I have here, because this is going to be my pickling liquid. I have 3 cups of steam distilled water boiling, and I am going to add to that 3 cups of, actually I have 2 cups of water boiling. I was thinking I had 3 because I thought about that, but no, it's 2 and 2. So if you would do 2 cups of water, you want 2 cups of vinegar and so forth. So we're going to get that to boil. And I'm also going to add 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt. Now you can add whatever pickling spices that you want. But I'm going to do 1.5 teaspoons of that and 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper. So it's going to be pretty simple. Now you can do pickling spices that you can get at the store, but I like things a little bit plainer for a variety of reasons. So I just want to bring this to a boil, and this also has to cool. And this is going to be the base of my pickling liquid for tomorrow. I just have a few more seconds here for these to sit. And then you can see how the color is changing, how everything is coming bright green, bright white. So it's changing, and even the broccolini there, it's good. This is going to look really nice when we take it out. So just 3 or 4 more seconds, and the timer is going to go off. Okay, so we're done. So I'm going to turn the heat off on this, and I'm going to take out the vegetables so they can start draining and cooling. Now, refrigerator pickles are really easy to do, and they also make nice gifts any time of the year. Holiday, birthdays, most people love food gifts of some kind. These are not expensive to make. They are easy to do, and they make lovely gifts that people can appreciate. The reason I call them refrigerator pickles is these are not canned, and because they're less cooked, they're actually better for you. As you know, raw vegetables retain more or lightly cooked, retain more of their nutrients than anything that is cooked. That is more cooked. It's probably a more appropriate thing to say. So you can see how lovely the colors are. And I'm going to let these drain. I'll pat them dry a couple of times, and then I'll put them in the refrigerator tonight just as they are, so that they can get nice and cool. I was thinking I might have some of these for my January class, but I don't know if there'll be any left or not. But if there aren't, we can always make more. It's fun when people come here. I like to give them an opportunity to sample foods and food combinations that they might not otherwise try. And when they try it, they get hooked on it, and then they want to figure out how to go home and make it. And that's what I really like, is when people are doing what I'm showing them that they can do. Because it's so easy to eat healthy, to feel good about yourself. It's enjoyable, as you know, whenever I cook, I feel good. There's beautiful greens for emotional healing going on here. I know I have wonderful food to give to my family. And Buddy is upset because he's not getting any pickles. In the meantime, you can see my liquid here is getting hot, and when I want it to boil, and that way all my spices will get dissolved in and mixed together well, and then I'm going to cool that. And down on the very bottom, we're almost to the rutabagas down there. The refrigerator pickles will keep forever because they're in the vinegar. They do not go bad, which is really nice. So the rutabaga is just kind of a fun thing I threw in there. And like I said, you can pickle anything that you want. The sky is your limit, meaning there is none. This is a good time to exercise your creative abilities and just to have fun. And you can see what beautiful vegetables these are, and these are really nice to decorate any holiday meal, any special occasion, an office party. And that's why I threw the rutabagas in and some of these other vegetables, just for fun. You can do pickles, you can do white radishes, red radishes. I think I mentioned carrots and beets. Of course, if you do beets, your liquid's going to turn red. And that's okay. You can do onions, you can do garlic cloves. And if you want, into the pickling juice, you can add, again, any spice that you like. Some people like cloves. Not really my thing. Some people like to put in powdered onion or powdered garlic. Okay. Just got everything out of the water here. So we can start cooling. As I said, that will be, I'll pat it dry a couple times. I'll turn it, make sure it's nice and dry. I'll put it in the refrigerator so it's cool for tomorrow. And let's see what's going on with our, okay, this is great. So this has come to a boil now. The salt and the pepper have mixed in. So I'm just going to take this off, and this is going to go also into the refrigerator so it can cool. And then I want to show you what I have over here, because this is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Now, I've actually saved my pickling liquid from the last time I made dill pickles, because again, the sauce does not go bad, the juice, whatever you want to call it, the pickling liquid. So in these two, I'm going to make dill pickles, and all I have to do, as you can see, I have some beautiful dill here. I'm going to cut some dill, and I'm going to put it in here, put my vegetables in, and then fill it up with the new pickling liquid. Probably divide this because it continues to give it really good flavor the longer it sits. Here, I'm going to make some sweet pickles. So I have chopped up some ginger root, some pieces. You can see some floating in this pickling liquid. And I'm going to take the same pickling liquid and put it in both with my ginger because I like a little bit of that flavor, and you can also put powdered ginger in. Ginger is always good for your digestion. Then I have stevia. So in each one I'm going to put about a 1/4 teaspoon or one of these little stevia teaspoons. Probably 2, which is close to about a 1/4 teaspoon in each one of these, and that's going to give me some sweet pickle flavor without any sugar or carbs. So if you want, you can add the sugar, but I really recommend the stevia. You cannot taste it as long as you don't put in too much. So tomorrow you'll join me again and we'll get our refrigerator pickles all packed up and ready to go. Okay, so here we are the next day through the magic of film. And I want you to see that everything has been in the refrigerator, everything has been chilled. There's my dill. Everything has been dried off nicely, so it's ready to go into my jars. So I got out a few jars. Here's some of my, I don't want to really say old, but my past pickling mix, because I'm going to keep using it because you can see the difference in the dill versus the sweet. And the sauce has been chilled as well, and so I'm going to do 3 jars of dill, and I'm going to do 3 jars of just of the sweet pickles. Let me get out my stevia. Okay. So I already have a little bit of dill in here, but I'm going to chop up the ends because that's going to give it a good dill flavor. Just put it in the bottom. And some more, let's see, some more of the fronds go into the rest of it. That's going to, like I said, flavor it with the dill. And you can make it, put in as much as you like, or as little if you don't want to do dill. And then over on the sweet pickle side, I'm going to be putting in, because notice the size of your jar and how sweet you want it. I think I'm going to do about 4 of these little teaspoons in each one. The empty ones and 2 in the one that already has some of it. Okay, so that's going to give me my sweet pickles. Now I'm going to put the ginger in with the sweet, and like I said, you can put that in with the dill too, it's up to you. But you can eat the dill pieces, or the ginger pieces. Okay, and then all we have to do is start putting the veggies in and then put this pickling mix in. So I'll go ahead and put in a few, kind of spread it around here so we have a little bit of everything. Okay, and we have the green beans. And you notice the colors are still really nice. Let's put those in the jar. Do a few sweet. Over here, a few dill. Now if you go to buy a jar of dilled green beans, and of course this is all organic, but just regular, you're going to pay $6 or $7 at least for a jar. But you can do your own very easily. Put some of these on the sweet side. Okay, then I've got the broccolini. Now this is also interesting. So I'm going to put this in here with the green beans. And we'll do a couple of those sweet ones over here. Here, and it's a nice look too. And then when you open up your pickles, you can have a nice array for people to choose from. There's a little bit of the rutabaga we can still stick in. Pickle that. And rutabaga has kind of a pungent taste. Make those sweet. I'll come over here and put these in. Oh, let's do this one. On the dill side. And of course, the more you stuff it in with vegetables, the less of the pickling juice you'll actually need. And then we have the zucchini. So I'll put a little bit in this one. And a little bit in the sweet one over here. And of course we have what you normally think of as pickles, which is your cucumbers. So I'll just pack the jars up with what I have left. And you can do, of course, just one vegetable per jar. Alrighty. Now we just take the pickling juice that we made yesterday. We have our pickling liquid from yesterday, which is now cooled. I'll just stir the spices up a little bit. And then we just fill our jars, and I'm going to divide it because if I don't have enough, I can finish it off with the steam distilled water. It'll dilute it down a little bit. Go. A little bit of the water. Just fill it to the top. Grab a little more. You want your vegetables covered. We're going to shake it up just a little bit to make sure that the spices are nicely mixed up together. And then I'll add a little bit more water to the top. You can see I make it as easy as possible for you. For now, just get a different lid for this one, and then we'll just fill it up with the steam distilled water, and it goes right in your refrigerator. And then you're going to want to let it sit for a week to 10 days so that all the spices and the vinegar gets into your vegetables. And then after a week to 10 days, it should be good to go. And if you try it and you think that they're not vinegary enough for you or not pickled enough, you can always dump out some of the juices and then put in a little bit more apple cider vinegar. So that's it. You can see, like I said, and these make lovely gifts. Hostess gifts. Really nice to have over the holidays. I'll have to find another jar lid for this one. But anyway, that gives you some more ideas of something that's healthy and fun to do and really easy. You just have to figure out what kind of organic vegetables you can get at your store. Make the easy pickling juice, cool everything and dry it off overnight. Load your jars up into the refrigerator, a week to 10 days, you're good to go. So thank you for joining me once again. This is Janet Diane Moria Swerdlow for another edition of Healthy Eating at Expansions.com. Bye-bye.